Hello and welcome to another edition of Obviously, we've got two men. Where's Byron?
I don't know. I was like, are we really jumping in?
Yeah, we are jumping in. Well, that's all right. Byron is, what was the decision we made?
Are we still not restarting?
No, we're not. We're going to keep rolling. We said Byron is.
I believe he's trying to find snow to go to snow.
He's on location filming something big that he'll tell us about later on. Yeah. All right. So this is Raul.
And I'm Hans.
We're going to get into this week's review. As you noticed, we did a trailer reaction for the Snowman last week. And so we were, kind of anticipating the release of this film. So today we're going to jump right into it and let you know whether you should go or you should wait or you should...
Forget about it! If you couldn't tell from my reaction just 10 seconds ago, this was incredibly confusing, meshed together. I fell asleep at one point, I'm not going to lie, because it really dragged. And it just really never came together in an exciting way.
Yeah.
Every bad thing you've heard about this movie is true. I believe we were a little fooled by the trailer into thinking that it was going to be better.
Again,
but we're apparently easily fooled.
Yeah. We're fucking idiots.
But yeah, it was just bad, and save your money.
So we were reading a couple of the early reviews and stuff, and there was one quote that I thought would be perfect to share with our viewers about how the film was put together. What was the quote? Just loose.
It said essentially that it was as well put together and as long-lasting as its title.
Something about it being mashed, right?
Yeah.
Mashed together and sort of like it just stacked on itself like a snowman. And I agree. It did definitely feel that way. I'm going to give you my rating now. I say wait for it. It feels like a movie that maybe on a Sunday, after you've forgotten about it, you're, flipping through your channel.
You're kind of tired. You want to nap for a little bit.
Yeah.
Throw on the Snowman.
It's like, oh, the Snowman. Oh, I remember it came out. Oh, yeah, I missed that one. Because the Three Men guys told me not to watch it.
Yeah, you didn't miss it.
So you just kind of put it on and watch it, and it's like, all right, you can go and cook and come back, and, you won't miss anything. This guy fell asleep, came back, and he's like, did I miss anything? Like, no.
My literal first question was, Raul, I fell asleep for a little bit, and I'm wondering, did I miss something, or was it just the movie?
Yeah, it was like a sleepy, dreamy type of film where you could, doze off and come back, and the plot had not moved forward.
I was still just as confused when I woke up.
Yeah, so Rotten Tomatoes exactly at the moment that we checked gave it a 23%. Yeah. And I usually hate going with the rating that Rotten Tomato gives because I want to see for myself. Sometimes Rotten Tomatoes is wrong and it's the complete opposite, or they give it a low score or a really high score and then the movie's not that great. So I don't want to just go and follow Rotten Tomatoes. I want to see for myself. And this one was pretty accurate.
They got it right this time.
20-something%. It wasn't completely bad. It's just for a movie with so much snow and so much cold, it felt lukewarm. That's the idea that kept circling in my head as we were watching. It's like, this thing is not exciting. It just wasn't. The beginning of the movie sort of starts to establish like a motive for what is going to come. And even that was not well put together. Like after it was done, like, okay, so the reason the Snowman's gonna do stuff is because he's angry at, is the way his family was put together, and it just wasn't strong enough. It definitely wasn't strong enough.
No.
Throughout the film, I did also feel like they were kind of throwing us off of the track, like showing us some evidence of who it possibly could be, and then kind of like, oh, it's not this one, it's someone else. But in doing so much of that, I felt like it not only clouded the way that we were investigating the murder, but also clouded our enjoyment of the film.
They tried too hard to throw us off the scent where it seemed too intentional or too, too contrived.
Very, very contrived. Now, one of our friends, Efrain, who I'm sending a shout out to, what's up, B friend?
You should be right.
Yeah, he went to see it with us, and he actually made some commentary on our way to the shoot. He said he'd seen all of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo films, which are sort of have the same setting, you know, Northern Europe or whatever it is. Snowy, cold, technology into the investigation use, but you know,
opposite ends of the spectrum.
Completely opposite. And at the end of this film, I won't spoil it, but really, I mean, I'm not going to do anything by spoiling any parts because ultimately we're telling you not to watch it. And if you want to go against our recommendation, that's your money. Yeah. Right? Go ahead. We spent it.
Just give us $15.
Yeah. You could. I'll take it. I'll take it. So he was talking about how it felt like they were trying to go in the same direction as the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, because it also came from a novel series and all of that. But if they were thinking of, ooh, let's leave an ambiguous scene at the end to maybe continue the story and make another film, I doubt that the production company is gonna, give that one a green light.
On that one. It's not happening.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Maybe there will be another book, and maybe the book was better. I try not to read the book before I see the film because I don't want my judgment to be clouded with my liking of the book or my dislike of the book. So I didn't look into it. I actually want to look into the book because I have a feeling that the book in this particular case was better.
The book is pretty much almost always better.
Yeah, well, arguably, but in this particular case, I would hold judgment. I'll look into it, and then we'll see.
Well, in this particular case, the book has to be better.
Well, that's just like a children's book. It's like, whoa, what the hell? What are we teaching?
Pop-up of a snowman.
Yeah. And then the next page is blood. All right. So, yeah, not a children's book, but
so I am arguably sometimes easily entertained.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, don't watch this. Yeah. So that should be a sign.
Now, in the beginning, before the film started, we did see the trailer for Jigsaw, which we also did a trailer reaction for. And I don't know, that kind of got me pumped, and I can't wait to see Jigsaw.
I did not see the Jigsaw trailer because I got there right about as the movie started.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's the same one that we saw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the same one. And so we liked that one, and that one kind of got us pumped, and this one just kind of...
We loved that trailer, too, so another disappointing movie.
No. We can't be wrong all the time. Just this time, and a few other times.
Unless you ask our wives.
Yeah. Well, luckily we don't have a relationship advice show. All right. So, guys, let us know in the comments if you do actually go see it. Did you agree? Did you disagree with us? And whatever else that you guys want to ask, tell us about our show. Give us commentary, feedback. We're more than willing to read it and even reply to it.
Bring on the hate.
Yeah.
So this has been this week's edition of 3 Men
and a Movie.